Hello and welcome back to Listen and Speak Daily English, the podcast that helps you improve your English comprehension and speaking skills one conversation at a time. I'm Mark.
And I'm Mary. We're so glad you're joining us today for another episode packed with useful vocabulary, natural conversation, and of course, some fun.
Today we've got a great topic lined up for you. We're going to be discussing something that I think is on a lot of people's minds, especially with the way the world is changing so rapidly. We're going to be talking about the future of work.
Oh, that's a fantastic topic, Mark. It's something that affects everyone, from students just starting their careers to seasoned professionals looking ahead. There's so much to unpack there.
Absolutely, Mary. When we think about the future of work, what comes to mind for you first?
Well, for me, the immediate thought is technology, automation, artificial intelligence, remote work. These are all terms we hear constantly. It feels like the traditional 9 to 5 office job is becoming less and less the norm.
It really is. And it's not just about where we work, but also how we work. The rise of the gig economy, for example, has given people more flexibility, but it also comes with its own set of challenges, like job security and benefits.
That's a very important point. The flexibility is appealing, but you have to be really self-disciplined and organized to thrive in that kind of environment. It's not for everyone.
Exactly. And then there's the whole concept of lifelong learning. With technology evolving so quickly, the skills that are valuable today might be obsolete tomorrow. So continuous learning and upskilling are becoming essential.
Lifelong learning. That's a great phrase. It really emphasizes that education doesn't stop after you finish school. It's an ongoing process. What kind of skills do you think will be most in demand in the future, Mary?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think creativity and critical thinking will remain paramount. Machines can do a lot of routine tasks, but they can't yet replicate human ingenuity and the ability to solve complex problems in novel ways.
I agree. And what about emotional intelligence? The ability to understand and manage your own emotions and to empathize with others is crucial for collaboration and leadership. As workplaces become more diverse and globalized, these soft skills will be even more important.
Definitely, and it's not just about individual skills. We're also seeing a shift towards more collaborative and team-oriented work environments. Companies are realizing that diverse perspectives lead to better outcomes.
That's true. And that brings us to another aspect of the future of work, the emphasis on company culture and values. Employees are increasingly looking for workplaces that align with their personal values and offer a sense of purpose.
Yes, a sense of purpose is huge. People want to feel like their work is meaningful, that they are contributing to something bigger than themselves. This is particularly true for younger generations entering the workforce.
And it's not just about the tangible benefits like salary and health insurance anymore. The intangible benefits, like a supportive work environment, opportunities for growth, and a healthy work-life balance, are becoming equally, if not more, important.
Work-life balance is a really tricky one, though. With remote work, the lines between work and personal life can easily blur. It requires a conscious effort to set boundaries.
It absolutely does. And I think employers have a role to play in fostering that balance. It's not just up to the individual employee to manage it. Companies need to promote healthy working habits and discourage overwork.
That's a very progressive way to look at it, Mary. It's about creating a sustainable work environment for everyone.
Exactly. So let's think about some of the challenges we might face. One of the biggest concerns is the potential for job displacement due to automation. What are your thoughts on that, Mark?
It's a valid concern, and it's something that governments and industries need to address proactively. I believe that while some jobs will be automated, new jobs will also be created. The key is to equip people with the skills needed for these new roles.
And that means investing in education and training programs and making them accessible to everyone. We need to ensure that no one is left behind in this technological transition.
Retraining and reskilling initiatives will be vital. Imagine someone who has worked in a manufacturing plant for 30 years, and their job is now automated. They need accessible pathways to learn new skills and find employment in emerging sectors.
That's a powerful example, and it highlights the importance of social safety nets and support systems. The transition won't always be smooth, and people will need help navigating it.
Another challenge, I think, is the potential for increased inequality. If access to education and training is not equitable, then those who can afford it will benefit, while others will be left further behind.
That's a very real risk. We need to ensure that the opportunities presented by the future of work are accessible to all, regardless of their socioeconomic background. This includes bridging the digital divide and providing affordable access to technology and internet.
And it's not just about formal education. We're also seeing the rise of alternative learning pathways, like online courses, boot camps, and apprenticeships. These can be more flexible and affordable for many.
Those are excellent points.
Mark.
So, on the flip side, what are some of the exciting opportunities that the future of work holds?
Oh, there are so many. The potential for increased productivity and efficiency is enormous. Automation can free up humans from tedious tasks, allowing them to focus on more creative and strategic work.
And the ability to work remotely opens up opportunities for people to live where they want, without being tied to a specific geographic location for their job. This can lead to a better quality of life and more diverse communities.
That's a great point about location independence. It can also lead to a more globalized workforce, with diverse teams collaborating across different time zones and cultures.
Which, as we discussed, can lead to innovation and fresh perspectives. And for individuals, the flexibility and autonomy offered by some of these new work models can lead to greater job satisfaction and well being.
I also think about the potential for entrepreneurship. The barriers to starting a business are lower than ever, with online platforms and tools readily available. This could lead to a surge in innovation and new ventures.
Absolutely. And the ability to connect with customers and markets globally through the internet makes it possible for even small businesses to reach a vast audience.
So to summarize, we've talked about technology, automation, AI, remote work, the gig economy, lifelong learning, creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, collaboration, company culture, purpose, work-life balance, job displacement, inequality, and new opportunities. That's a lot to cover.
It is, and we've only scratched the surface. But hopefully, this discussion has given our listeners some food for thought about the evolving landscape of work.
It's important to remember that the future of work isn't some distant concept. It's happening now. And understanding these trends can help us prepare and adapt. So what are your personal takeaways from this discussion, Mary? What's one thing you'll be focusing on to prepare for the future of work?
For me, it's definitely about embracing lifelong learning. I want to actively seek out opportunities to acquire new skills and stay curious about emerging technologies. I'm also going to be more mindful of setting boundaries with remote work to ensure a healthy work-life balance.
That's great advice. For me, I'm going to focus on developing my soft skills, particularly my communication and collaboration abilities. I believe that as technology takes over more technical tasks, human-centric skills will become even more valuable.
Those are excellent resolutions. And to our listeners, we encourage you to reflect on these points as well. How are you preparing for the future of work? What skills are you developing? What challenges are you anticipating?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. You can reach out to us on our social media channels. You can find us by searching for Listen and Speak Daily English on TikTok, Telegram, Instagram.
And if you found this episode helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our podcast. It really helps us reach more listeners and continue creating content like this.
Yes, your support means the world to us. By subscribing, you'll be notified every time we release a new episode, ensuring you don't miss out on any of our valuable discussions.
And if you're feeling generous, consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Honest feedback helps us improve and lets others know that Listen and Speak Daily English is a valuable resource for their English learning journey.
We also have some exciting bonus content and resources available on our TikTok account. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure discussing the future of work with you, Mary.
It has indeed, Mark. And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in. We hope you learned something new and feel more confident about navigating the evolving world of work.
Remember, practice makes perfect. So try to use some of the new vocabulary and phrases you heard today in your own conversations.
Absolutely. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep growing your English skills with us.
Join us again next time for another engaging episode of Listen and Speak Daily English. Until then, take care.